The prosecutor becomes a prosecuted. Keir Starmer's political earthquake. Remember when Keir Starmer was celebrated as a grown-up in the room? The squeaky-clean former prosecutor, the man who promised to restore integrity to British politics after years of chaos and scandal? Well, plot twist. The very man who spent his life putting criminals behind bars is now heading to court himself. And trust me, this isn't your average Westminster scandal. This is nuclear. Welcome back to UK Plug, where we cut through the spin and serve you the truth with a side of brutal honesty. I'm your host, and today we're diving into a story so explosive it makes the Partygate saga look like a church picnic. They told us Starmer was different, calculated, careful, the antidote to years of conservative turmoil. But, ladies and gentlemen, the mask has finally slipped, and what's underneath isn't pretty. Here's what you need to know. The man who made a career prosecuting criminals now faces legal action for allegedly covering up the crimes of his closest ally, Rachel Reeves. Before you roll your eyes and mutter, another political hit job, let me stop you right there. This isn't tabloid gossip or Twitter conspiracy fodder. These are documented allegations, backed by leaked legal filings, real documents, not some fever dream from the opposition research team. Starmer is named in a court petition. The accusation? Knowingly obstructing accountability mechanisms within his own party to shield Reeves from disciplinary action. Think of it like this. Imagine the head of the fire department helping an arsonist hide matches. That's the scale we're dealing with. Buckle up. This isn't your run-of-the-mill expenses scandal. We're talking financial misconduct, abuse of public resources, and, here's the kicker, direct interference in the parliamentary oversight process. It's a greatest hits album of political corruption, but nobody's singing along. Whistleblowers came forward with evidence that reads like a manual on how not to be a politician. Misreported campaign expenses. Using staff for personal projects on taxpayer time. Attempting to destroy internal communications during an active audit. Let's put this into perspective. If a regular person destroyed evidence during an investigation, they'd be looking at serious jail time. But if you're the shadow chancellor, you get a promotion and a pat on the head. So, while this was bubbling under the surface, what was Keir doing? Investigating? Demanding answers? Upholding the integrity he's always banging on about? Nope. He was running interference, like a rugby player shielding his teammate from a tackle. Internal reports were buried faster than bad polling numbers. Witnesses were silenced with the efficiency of a mafia operation. One inquiry was mysteriously shut down just 48 hours after Reeves had a cozy chat with Starmer behind closed doors. What are the odds? About the same as finding Boris Johnson at a Temperance Society meeting. A senior aide who raised the alarm? Fired. Another who dared to ask uncomfortable questions? Threatened with legal action. The message was crystal clear. Protect the machine at all costs, and the machine will protect you. Here's where the story turned from scandalous to downright explosive. Sources inside Labour's own ethics panel, yes, the one Starmer has been ignoring, say Reeves holds sensitive knowledge about party funding irregularities. And where do those irregularities trace back to? Starmer's own 2020 leadership campaign. We're talking money through questionable channels, undeclared donors, contract awarded to friendly consultancies with all the transparency of a brick wall. It's a political version of mutually assured destruction. If Reeves goes down, she takes Starmer with her. No wonder he was so desperate to keep her secrets buried. For the first time in his career, the prosecutor has become the prosecuted. Legal insiders say Starmer is in full panic mode. His team is scrambling like contestants on a game show, delaying proceedings, challenging jurisdiction, burying testimony under executive privilege. But here's the beautiful irony. The courts aren't playing ball. The Crown Court has issued a directive. Starmer must appear, in person or by legal representation, to address these accusations under oath. That means no spin, no carefully crafted press statements, no hiding behind party spokespeople. Just cold, hard cross-examination. This isn't just another scandal that will be forgotten by next week. This is a constitutional crisis in the making. The leader of the opposition, the man who could be our next prime minister, is facing serious legal action for allegedly covering up criminal conduct. If these allegations are proven true, Starmer won't just lose credibility. He could lose everything: his leadership, his party's election chances, and the last shreds of public faith in political integrity. The British public aren't stupid. We see through the polished press conferences and the scripted sound bites. We know when someone's hiding something. And in this case, the truth is broken through like water through a cracked dam. Will Starmer survive the scandal? Is this the end of his political career? Or will he somehow wriggle out of it, as politicians so often do? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you want to stay ahead of the curve on stories like this, the ones the mainstream media either ignore or sanitize beyond recognition, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Because at UK Plug, we don't just report the news, we expose the truth they don't want you to see. Remember, in British politics, today's saint is tomorrow's scandal. The only question is how far they'll fall when gravity finally kicks in. Thanks for reading. Stay sharp, stay informed, and never stop questioning the people who claim to serve.